How's it? Today is June 4th. It's Friday, and today's Friday was surprising to say the least. Um, Today I didn't know when I got to the gym this morning. I didn't know what weight I was going to end up hitting because I honestly didn't remember what I did last Friday, and I woke up very late. I woke up at 5:58. I'm supposed to be at the gym at 6. So, I just tried to rush out and yeah, that's where when I got to the gym, I ended up just doing that little voodoo floss on my elbow, and then moving straight into my warm ups. And these felt awesome. This weight at 40 felt really good. I didn't have any issues with my elbow. Normally, there is a ton of issues with just the bar. So having zero issues with 40, and then 50, and then 60, and and so on, it felt really odd to me. I knew that there was something there, but not in the sense that it was really impacting the way I was lifting. So it's just a really really odd feeling to me. Like that 60 was one of the best full snatch 60s I've done in like 2 months. Um, I'm just really happy with how everything was feeling today. So you know I pushed to 95. It was around this time when I got to 80 that I knew that things were gonna be pretty good. This 85. So these are weights that I was struggling with as far as elbow was going last week or the week before that. 90. It's my last warm up set. I missed the first attempt at 90 last week, so that's a very positive sign for me. And you see how fast I get under that 95. Like that's pretty damn good for me, especially given right my elbow and this here too. My elbow did give a little bit of a little bounce on this one, my left elbow, but it was not painful. So I decided to push to the 96. Um, I I had that definite rock there. It was not the best, but I'm very happy with that. That 96 is the most I've done since the meet when I hit 100. So that felt really validating. That's the word I'll use. And then after that, I moved into my clean and jerks. My elbow definitely didn't feel the best on the warm ups for the cleans. But once I remembered what my key was to sort of not have the weight in my arms, more in my back, then things started to feel a little bit better. Um, I was scared of going to 125, but I ended up doing 125 three times, so three singles, and you know they all had different issues, but I didn't miss any of them, and so that's a big positive for me as well. Um, this 100 was solid from the clean and the jerk. 115's clean was not the greatest. You can see there that I was sort of under the bar. That's not a really good way of saying it, but behind and under, and my chest wasn't completely up. That jerk was pretty strong though. And then I'm going to 125 here. These cleans were kind of similar. Um, yeah, it's not. There's not a lot to say about these. They're just very different. Or sorry, they're different in varying ways. And I think each jerk gets a little bit better, but the cleans sort of have different problems. So after this first one, I wanted to focus on pushing harder with my legs on the second one. And while I do that, my hips do set a little bit higher at the beginning, so they're in a position that I'm not used to. So I end up throwing my hips at extension, which it's okay. Better in one perspective, but worse in another perspective. Like stronger hip extension, worse position overall. and then this last one I ended up doing because Ryson um, convinced me. Like I know I wanted to do another one, but Ryson convinced me that if I think I can do it better, then I should do it. I should give it another try. So that clean was definitely not the best, and I think that jerk was definitely the best. But I'm just happy overall that I made them all. After that, I moved into my pause front squats. I was hoping to PR today at 150 for a single that's 2 kilos over my best. My best is 148, which at the time was like a double body weight pause front squat. And today would have been 150, but spoiler alert, I failed miserably. I didn't know what type of jump to take from 100, so I went to 130, and then after 130, I jumped straight to 150. And this 130 felt ridiculously difficult. Like I got stuck in the middle. And here's my top set at 150. Um, and then I was really lightheaded right here, so I had to stop walking. And then I was gonna end up doing the down sets, like 3 sets of three at 135, but this single was too hard, so I ended up not doing it at all. And then after that, I did my accessories, my non-bar accessories, just pull-ups and GHD sit-ups. I took off my shirt here to look at how even I was. I am a little bit uneven, but it's a lot more even than I thought, if that makes sense. So I want to try to work on that moving forward, just to make sure that my shoulders and my upper body are balanced, because I think that a lot of my issues with my elbows stem from me being imbalanced in my lats or my teres, major and minor. But yeah, that's it for today. Pretty good one overall. Thank you for watching. Shoots.